My name is Elliot Newton. I'm the Biodiversity Officer for Kingston Council, and welcome to the next episode of Reading Nature. And these are sessions that we're running on a weekly basis with the library service to try and get you outside, exploring our green spaces that we have in Kingston, and telling you about the amazing wildlife that also calls Kingston home. So hopefully give you some inspiration as you're walking around and try and recognise some of the species that we're so fortunate to have on our doorsteps. And today I'm in my absolutely favourite nature reserve that we have in Kingston, and it's called Tolworth Court Farm, and it's the biggest nature reserve by some considerable margin. It's about 50 hectares and it's made of 7 fields, and we're standing in one of the fields at the moment. And this place has got an incredible history. It goes back to about 1086, where it was written in the Domesday, and at the time then it supported a vibrant farming community. But today it is now an amazing place for a lot of species, and it has really important ecological features, including fragments of woodland, but also these things here, which are ancient hedgerows, and they support a whole range of tree species and shrub species, and really good for lots of various other wildlife, like birds to nest in it and stuff like that. But what this place is really special for, it is by far the best site in the whole of the borough for butterflies. So across the UK we've got about 59 types of butterfly. 57 of those stay here all year round, and 3 of them are migratory, and you can find almost half of those butterflies just here. So it really is a great place for butterflies. And one thing that brings butterflies all together, or one thing that all butterflies have in common, there's a metamorphosis which they go through. So they go through 4 stages in which they go from the egg to the caterpillar to the chrysalis and then to the butterfly. But depending on the species, they spend different amounts of times within those sort of periods, those stages. And as we're now in winter, you might think it's not a very good time for butterflies, and you'd be sort of right, because like many sort of species, winter is quite a challenging time. So it's colder, and butterflies aren't like mammals. They haven't got a warm-blooded circulatory system, so they need the sun to keep them nice and warm, and obviously there's less food resources around, so they need lots of food to try and keep them going. And obviously in the winter we don't have those sort of availability of sun and food. So what a lot of butterflies do, they are in their dormant stage, and a lot of butterflies will spend their dormant stage in different sections. So for example, some butterflies spend the winter in their caterpillar stage, some will spend it in the chrysalis stage, even less spend it in the egg stage, and even one butterfly, the painted lady, actually migrates to try and escape to warmer climates. But today what we're going to show you is we're going to go on an egg hunt for one of the best butterflies that you can find here. It's quite a rare butterfly called a brown hairstreak, and this is what they look like. If you can see a lovely picture there of the brown hairstreak, and it's actually quite a cryptic species. It's quite hard to see when it's in the adult stage, because it spends its time high up in trees and hard to spot. But the best time of year to spot it is this time of year, when it's not in the adult butterfly stage, but the egg stage. And many butterflies, or all butterflies, one thing that brings them all together in terms of sort of general sort of characteristics that they have, their sort of caterpillars can only eat a particular type of leaf, so they're very specialist. So that means when the parent is laying the eggs, it has to make sure it lays it on a tree or a plant that the caterpillar can eat the leaves of. And brown hairstreak butterflies, their larval host plant is blackthorn, which is this stuff here, and this site is amazing. It's absolutely covered in blackthorn, and it's very hard to see, but on this little tree here, because brown hairstreaks, they typically love to lay their eggs on relatively new blackthorn shoots that are about maybe 3 years old, and it's very difficult to see. We'll try and show you a better picture on the video, but there's a little egg just there, so you can see the egg, and when you get a really close look at it, it almost looks like an underwater sea urchin. It's really, really beautiful. And just to show you how important this site is, when Butterfly Conservation Trust run their sort of surveys that they do here every year, last year they found almost 100 eggs just on this site, which is absolutely amazing, which makes it one of the most important places for brown hairstreaks in the whole southeast of England. So really amazing space. So please do come here, come and try and find the butterfly eggs, and even come here in the summer to actually see them flying around if you're so lucky, and just enjoy this lovely space that we have.